And let me ask you a question. Do you feel like maybe you're insignificant as far as expertise, or do you feel like uh, you don't have nothing to say? Who wants to hear from you? Or maybe you have something to say, but you feel that you're not qualified to say it, or you're not ready to say it. Maybe you have a lot in you, but you're afraid to teach, or you're afraid to do reels. You're afraid to do YouTube videos. You're afraid of public speaking. Do you have something to say, but you feel that you're not ready? If so, then this message is for you. And it's not going to take me that long. I'm teaching this message called Teach What You Know. It's not going to take me that long. I'm not going to hold you long at all. But people don't teach because they're experts. They become experts because they teach. Chew on that for a minute. I'm going to say that again. People don't become experts. Uh, I said I messed it up. Don't people are not. You heard it. I done messed it up. Hold on. I ain't even gonna edit this. And just give you a prime example. People don't teach because they're experts. Okay, I'm saying it right. People don't teach because they're experts. They become experts because they teach. And this is prime proof right here. You ain't gotta be perfect. You just need to teach what you know. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister. And what I do is I help people to improve their lives by teaching them life skills from the Bible. And today I'm going to teach you a quick message. I'll teach what you know. Walk with me. Well, I remember years ago when I first got saved, I was a new beginner. I had only been saved about a year. And within that year, I had grown so much because I was studying the word, man. I was into that word. I was learning who I was, began to study the scriptures. And I would read books and listen to teachings. And I was growing at a rapid rate. I grew fast. I remember it was some guys in my Bible study group, asked my mentor, said, man, they was inspired by how fast I was growing. They said, man, I want to have that type of wisdom. They said, and my mentor told him, if you want the type of wisdom he has, you're going to have to do what he did to get it. You're going to have to develop a hunger for the word. And I remember um, within a year, I met these twin sisters in Detroit, and they were impacted by my wisdom. They were inspired by how much I knew. They thought I had been saved for years, but I had only been a Christian for a month. And they said, "Hey, can you teach us everything you know? We want to walk in the wisdom. We want to walk in wisdom the same way you're walking in it." And I began to think, I don't know if I could teach them. Right? Remember, I'm new to Christianity. I don't know the protocol. Do I need to go to seminary school first? I don't know if I'm qualified. And so I went to my mentor and I said, hey, these twins in Detroit, which he had knew about them before, I said, they want me to teach them the word so they can grow in wisdom like me. And I told him that. And he went that night, he prayed about it. He came back the next day, he told me, he said, this is what he said. He said, at first I was going to tell you, you wasn't ready. He said, but after he prayed about it, this is the word he gave me. He said, just teach them what you know. I think he realized the original statement was some old traditional, because he came up, you know, in a church that wasn't quite right. Everybody had those traditional churches they went to. But my point is, he sincerely prayed about it and got an answer. I thank God for a mentor like that, because he could have told me I wasn't ready and I wouldn't have did it. He said, listen, you're ready. He said, but just teach them what you know. He said, they ask you something that you don't know. Don't try to pretend. Don't try to wing it. Don't try to fake it like you know. Tell them that you don't know, that you'll go and find out, and you go study it and bring them the answer. Bet. And that's what I did. And I began to teach them. And what happened was, remember I told you I had a hunger for the word, so I was always studying, always learning. But I learned something because I had to teach them that increased my study. See, it's one thing if I'm just learning, I'm just reading something, learning it for me. But if it's something I got to learn to present to somebody, to teach somebody, or they took my studying to a whole new level. And so I began to study even deeper. And then I started teaching them what I knew. I didn't teach on things I didn't know. I taught them what I knew. I didn't go deep into revelations. I didn't go deep into defending the gospel with uh, atheists. You understand what I'm saying? Stop trying to teach. Get it. Don't get involved in things you don't know. I'm not saying don't go and learn it, but you go get caught up in a political debate and you're not even prepared for that. That's not even your thing. And guess what? You're going to get ate up. Even if they're wrong, you're going to get ate up because you're trying to wing it. You're trying to do something that's not even in your field. Are you following what I'm saying? And so I began to teach these twins, and it helped me. That was the beginning of me teaching. That was the beginning of my teaching phase. And then when they came to an end, right when they were coming to an end with that, where I taught them everything I knew, probably about a year later, I met this lady in St. Louis named Kina. And Kina was a prayer warrior. I'm talking about, I never seen anybody pray like this. And, and because remember, I was still early in my Christian stage. That's the thing I liked. I knew a lot of wisdom. I knew a lot of the word. I knew a lot of biblical principles, but I didn't know prayer was something that, we in a group and they say, hey, we need somebody to pray. I was the one that'd be like, oh, please don't call on me. I hope they don't call on me to lead this prayer, right? But Kina was a prayer warrior. But Kina was impacted by my wisdom as well. And Kina, just like the twin said, hey, can you teach me everything you know in the word? Because I want to walk in wisdom like that. I said, yeah, but I need a favor from you. I said, I like prayer. Can you teach me everything you know about prayer? And she agreed. And we called it the exchange. So I think it was like, we'd just say every Monday night, I believe it was. One Monday night, she'll teach me on prayer. The next Monday night, I teach her the word of God, wisdom from the scriptures. And we did this for, I don't know how long, probably a year as well. And I began to learn how to pray. I hope you're catching on what I'm saying. I didn't wait till I was a expert prayer before I started praying. No, I started praying and then became an expert. So in other words, not even saying that I'm an expert prayer, but what I am saying is, oh, I can pray now. So now if I'm in a situation and they's like, well, we need somebody to pray. Now it's different. First, I used to be timid. Now I'm like, okay, now if you want me to pray, now things go change. If you knew what I knew, you call on me. You see the difference? You see the boldness? Because now I know how to pray. Now there's no scarcity, there's no timidness. There are a lot of things that you're not doing because you lack the knowledge of it, or you don't know much on it, or you're just afraid because you feel that you're not an expert. Listen, you don't have to be an expert to start. It's an old saying that said you don't have to be great to start. You just need to start being great. You just need to start where you're at. Start with what you know. You don't have to be an expert to teach. Just teach what you know. Then you're going to learn. As you do that, you're going to start knowing more. And then eventually you're going to become an expert. Then eventually you're going to master it. Hope this is making sense to you. And that was the beginning. I just showed you the beginning of my call, the beginning of my teaching ministry. I didn't know anything, but I started teaching what I know. I started teaching salvation. That's the only thing I knew when that began to grow. The more I start studying the word, the more I start sharing. And one thing I learned, the more you pour, the more God is going to pour into you. And when God pours that more into you, you continue to pour into others. Listen, I hope this helped you. Like I said, I didn't want to hold you long. But look, check this out. That went from me, I went from teaching those girls, the twins, to teaching Keena, right? Then after that, I started a newsletter. That 18 people joined, and I was physically writing newsletters to them. And then that eventually started growing so much that I couldn't keep up with it. And I started it online. It's called the Words of Life newsletter. And then I started online, and then thousands joined. Notice my teaching has steady increasing. Then it went from that to me writing books. All started from some twin sisters saying, "Can you just teach us what you know?" And guess what? Even though I have books, I got one more, I got 4 books. You see them back here. Working on more. I got YouTube videos, I got video, I got all these things. And guess what? I still only teach what I know. You don't see me up here teaching on every subject in the world because I don't know every subject in the world. But as I learn, as God pour into me, that's when I pour into you. You do the same. Listen, hit the like button, the hearts if I said anything that you like. Most definitely share this video. Get in my books if you want, right here in the back. Invest in the shirts. And also watch this next video that you see here to learn more. Y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember that the word is your life. Y'all take care.